Oh yeah. Oh shit, I can't hear myself. Yeah, check, check, check. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, Black Sun in the Hizzle. Oh, for shizzle dizzle. We got an excellent show here today. The title is The New Black Panther Party under Shabazz Examine. This title's by Yanga. So we're gonna wait on Yanga. This is his title, so I'm gonna follow his lead on this particular topic. So how you guys doing today? How you guys doing today? Oh boy, we're here Tuesday evening. We're here Tuesday evening, and we're going to. That is the topic for today's show. What up? What up, Deacon? We just waiting on Yanga. Hey, what's going on, Free Spirit? Planet Free Spirit. Hey. All right. We're just waiting on Yanga. This is his topic, so I'm following his lead. I'm waiting on him so we could okay, cool. There we go. What up, Yanga? What's good, man?
What it do, man? What it do? Still getting to give me a hot second, grab these headphones, man. What's good, brother?
Oh, nothing, man. Just shoot. Just man, just getting these shows lined up for the week, man. Shit.
Man, absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. I gotta apologize to Zanzi once again. I thought Monday was Sunday. That's how holidays throw me off like that, man. I can't.
Man, it's so damn many of them,
I know I
you
can't
know.
function right with holidays. Yeah, I have to have a normal week. When they throw in a
Uh,
holiday, it throws everything off that I'm doing. Everything,
hmm, I know
everything.
that's
Hmm.
it gets like that. I know that's right. Oh, can you
Hmm.
still hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I
All
can hear
right,
you. Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man. Yeah, I listen the show. Let's
yeah. Okay,
talk about the
topic.
show a little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
show topic. Much needed, man. There's been a lot of. Let me see if I can get this camera correct. There's been a lot
All right.
of, a lot of, I guess, for lack of better words, controversy
Okay.
with the new Black Panther Party, under Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz. Generally, with the new Black Panther Party, peace, man, peace, twin. Generally, with the new Black Panther Party, there's been controversy under both leaderships. But right now we're talking about and examining the NBPP under the leadership of Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz.
Okay. Okay.
And yo, that's interesting. That's interesting, to say the least. My glasses, so crooked. You know, um,
Yinga's got
let
to
me
look
get this
more
together.
sophisticated.
I got fixing my glasses, man. Everything. We're just getting it in. Like I said, I'm still up in the land, so we're just getting it in. One of the things I love about the Arena Uncensored is just we just so real with it. You gonna
Absolutely, man.
catch it. It's guerrilla. It's uh it's guerrilla journalism at its finest, man. It's raw. It's uncut. You get it as is. You know what I'm saying? So what you see is what you get. So I can
Mhm.
I can dig it for that sake and for that purpose.
Yes.
Um, yeah, man. So
Oh, yeah, and everybody hit the like and share because we've been made fun of. We only get 12 views, and shout out to the person who said that we need
hey,
the
man.
promotion.
Hey, we get we love all our little 12 views.
Yeah,
Appreciate everyone.
yeah. Hey, I appreciate the promotion. So yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So y'all, yeah, make
Okay.
sure y'all hit that like and share. Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Hmm.
do it, y'all.
Hmm.
Everybody hit
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hit the like and share.
Hmm.
So let's get into our show topic.
Okay.
You know, um, I think, and here's why it's important to me. Here's why I think that show topic is relevant because it speaks to a larger picture. It speaks to the picture of the Black nationalist movement, the revolutionary movement, the Black Power movement. It's been described in many ways. But really, I call it the movement for self-determination and independence, the liberation movement.
Right.
It calls its not only its legitimacy, but its purpose into question.
Right.
So I'll start with you, man, and ask you: is there still a need for a Black liberation movement? Have Black people achieved what we set out to achieve? Because hell, we're not slaves. They would say that the Civil Rights Act and so on and so forth has given us at least an opportunity at inclusion or to have the same thing as every so-called American. So is the Black Liberation Act still something that's needed?
People have to understand the complexity of it, meaning you have to understand the system we live in now, Yanga. We live under capitalism. We enjoy our Cadillacs. We enjoy our PlayStations. We enjoy the fruits of the society. And even though we have different levels, um, whatever system you bring in, because I talked earlier about the terror, which was the French Revolution, and the Great Terror,
Mm-hmm.
which was the Bolshevik Russian Revolution. Those
Mm-hmm.
people were so oppressed that they were willing to pick up arms and they were willing to fight to bring about what they thought was a better system. Nowhere have I heard anybody in this time and age demonstrated a better system. Okay. Y'all know I had a situation just recently where um, I was in a situation and black people just kind of just threw me under the bus. And it took the white man to say, "Oh no, this is a bunch of nonsense." And
Mm-hmm.
basically, yeah. So I was just thinking to myself, "Wow, you know what I'm saying? If I was under a black system, I'd be screwed right now." It took the white man. So what I'm saying, Yang, is that the system that we live in not only has to be more fair and just to black people, but we have to be prepared to, I don't know, um, educate people. Now, I know there's already people, laying roads, making gasoline, bringing about medication and all that. So we have a system in place that provides. It may not be the best because, I mean, there's always room for improvement. But as far as I know right now, we live in the best system in the world right now. So we always talk about post-revolution. Everybody always give word salads about, the white man and black power and this and that, but nobody has offered what a post-revolutionary world would look like. And a lot of these Negroes are very theocratic in their mind states. Oh hell no! I would and I've told you this before on the arena many times. If there is a revolution, I would be picking up a gun against a lot of these niggas because they
Mm-hmm.
are real fanatical shit. And like I said, my situation proved it, Yanga. My situation, and we ain't gonna talk about that, bring that nonsense up. But I was just like, wow, really? So I got to run to the white
Mm-hmm.
man to clear my name and all that shit, and I did. And this is a real life thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you got black people still running with that fuck narrative and shit. And I'm just like, God damn,
Mm-hmm.
this is the black nation. This is the system that's supposed to be better than the white man. And we
You
talked
know.
about people that were tyrannical and tyranny. We talked
Mm-hmm.
about the rebirth of Stalin, who is in the form of a woman now, living in flesh. Like, no, dude. So yeah, that's just my take. So we have to, you
Mm-hmm.
got to show me a better system because I'm not picking up
Mm-hmm.
on shit until I see a better system out for it. And nobody is, I think Malcolm was leaning towards that. Dr. Khalid Abdul was leaning towards that. And that was it, brother. So I don't know.
I think that you raised a lot of good points. First, let's touch on one. And like you said, we're not going to go into detail about uh, your situation, but
Right,
just
right.
generally to touch on. I don't know if that's really a fair assessment at, putting it on the Black Power movement,
Fair enough.
so to speak, because a lot of the people that jumped in and carried that and got off on that was sensationalists. They were niggas
Right.
in their own way,
Sensationalist niggas. I
you
get it.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Right. Right.
And I think you and I have agreed before that nigger is the product of Americanism on black
Okay.
people. A nigger is the product of America
Right.
on black people. You know what I'm saying? Nigga attitudes, nigga behaviors, nigga disposition. All of that is a byproduct of this bullshit that has been heaped on us. So
Right.
that's one. So those people that were doing that, you know, and then a lot of them had found ways to is which to me almost is one of the highest forms of niggerism is to capitalize off black suffrage and misery. You know, a very
Right.
real serious situation uh, thrown about and talked about and discussed. You know,
But do
for
you see how easily the niggas were led towards drama and bullshit and not towards nation building?
it's
I see this every time.
yeah. Well, you know, niggas will never build a nation. Niggas will never build a nation. I think that that's one of the things that have to be understood.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But what can happen and what should happen? I'm sorry, I'm checking out the movement around me. So, but what can and should happen is the revolutionaries begin. I believe the process begins with education, political education. You know, I'm a big proponent. You know, I'm a big advocate of political education. And what we see happening leading into the new Black Panther Party is a lack of the basic, fundamental, core element that's needed in any group, and that's political education. You got to know what the fight is for.
Well, I thought the fight was for a better nation, a better system, a better way of life, a better judicial system, a
Yeah,
better fairness, better
yeah,
housing,
yeah.
better everything that
At
there
the
was in the Black Panther platform, better
yeah,
medication. You know.
absolutely,
Now,
absolutely.
didn't the government co-opt a lot of that, especially the sickle cell program? They co-opted that, and they said, "Oh, well,
They
you know what?
co-opted a lot of that.
Yeah,
The free food. They co-opted a lot of that, and that eroded the power base of the Black Panther Party. But what it did is it should have changed the strategies and tactics of the revolutionary movement. It
right,
wasn't about, you know, the Feed the People program, the refurbishing shoe program, and all the programs that the Panthers had done wasn't about just doing something for the people. It was an exercise in self determination. It was an exercise in doing for self. You
right."
see what I'm saying?
And I understand that, but see, I don't even think black people or niggas, whatever you want to call them, don't even understand the like. Okay, well, let me just say this: like everything is bugged. I mean, we on the internet. So
Mm-hmm.
everything is
Mm-hmm.
bugged now, right? You know, we talk about Edward Snowden, we talk about, you know, but let's go back to the 50s with the NKVD, with them, with the SS and all them. They were bugging shit back in World War II, maybe World War One. You know what I'm saying? And they had spies and
Mm-hmm.
all that shit. So it was easily for them to infiltrate in a new Black Panther Party or Black Panther Party, whatever it is, and
If
still be 12
yeah,
steps ahead.
I
So
don't even,
whatever.
you know, and I think that that's what's coming into question now. If even if the party is infiltrated or if the party itself is a distraction from real revolutionary progress, the revolutionary ideology, philosophy, and practice. You
Okay.
know, there's nothing that can be said now, and I have to just be honest in a critique that could be said that is revolutionary about the new Black Panther Party. There is nothing revolutionary about the new Black Panther Party, not even the exercises uh, that they run, and that lack
Okay.
of revolutionary focus has left them open to any. They are Black people enthusiasts. You know, they are people
Okay.
who love their people, but just running on that alone has allowed them to embrace every type to the degree that they promote give these people station, make them officers and stuff like that without properly not just vetting, but proper political education. Do they know the party line? Do they know what
Right.
we're trying to accomplish? But you have to look at that from leadership down. Sometimes you wonder, you
So,
question if their goal isn't just sensationalism, isn't just for attention.
so it sounds like you're saying join the I Love Black People Club, basically, but no nation
Basic,
builders. Okay, I mean,
basically.
right.
And using, and who doesn't want to be a Black Panther? Who doesn't at some point in time want to be able to say, you know, tell their children or whatever, I was a Black Panther?
Okay.
And it's to the point now that I would question if even some of these so-called new Black Panther know the 10-point platform and program.
Right.
You know, do they have, or they wouldn't be providing so much comedic comedic material to these other YouTubers. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I mean, now it's at the point of ridiculous, and the only
Yeah,
reason,
but even the people that critique them, what is their plan? So yeah, we can critique the Black Panthers, but for anybody that throw darts and daggers at or throw rocks at the new Black Panther Party, I would point and say, well, what's your post-revolutionary society look like? And they're not going to have any answers. I don't give a damn who it is, how many views they got, how big their name is. You
mm,
know me, Yang. I'm going to go after and
they would
ask,
absolutely,
what
absolutely,
is your end game?
absolutely, and you would be able to poke major holes and flaws in their
I
end
would put
game.
Porter on fault
How,
because they're comfortable. They're comfortable. They
I,
won't say it, Yanga. I'll say it for them. They love the society. They love
yes,
capitalism.
yes,
They love going to
they will
clubs.
say it.
They love going to
They will
Smoothie
say it.
King in order to smooth it.
They
They
will
love
say
it.
it. They are, listen. They are integrationists. They are uh, integrationists. They are reformists, radical reformists. Some of them are religious reformists. But
Right.
however, it is still a belief in the system and participating through the system. And we understand as revolutionaries, what we're saying is that this system is corrupted. Unfortunately, this form of capitalism, as is practiced in the United States, is a form of exploitation of the people that not only creates class divide, but it is in a lot of instances uh, determined by race. You know
I
what
tell
I'm
you
saying?
what.
So
I'm gonna make this interesting. I'm gonna make this interesting. For those of you dog listening, because I see people listening in the clouds and nobody wants to jump in, I will pay $100 if you could explain your system of revolution, especially people screaming revolution and screaming that black
mhm.
men scared and cowards ain't shit and revolutionary. I dare the revolutionary to come on the arena and explain, and I will pay the bounty if your system is better than this system. But we got to go down the list. Okay, I'm sorry, Yanga. I'm just,
It's better
hey,
than what? I mean, it's better than what? The American
America. Yeah,
system?
yeah. Better than the American
Who
system.
am I eligible for that challenge? I can't believe you said that. I can't
I'm
believe
saying
you.
for the people in the
I
clouds. I
don't,
mean,
I mean, okay. No,
you on
no,
the panel.
I
You
mean,
on,
and
I know that's
I'm
not fair
not
to
gonna
you, Yanga.
provide them with, if I'm not gonna provide them with information.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say, I can't sit here in good faith and good conscience say that this is the best system. This system is a criminal system. It's a system based on exploitation. It's based
No, it
on
is a
oppression.
criminal system, but even with the criminality, you have to bring about a better plan. You have to lay it out and show
Yeah.
step by step the economics. You have to show the
I
judicial side.
think better plans, I'm gonna be honest. I think your wording is terrible. I think
Okay.
better plans have been laid out.
Okay.
I don't know if a better plan has been enacted because
Right.
of the sheer brutality, terror, and oppression
Right.
that capitalism and this form of capitalism that's practiced in America uses to secure its place as a system. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You could show a system better. You could show a more egalitarian system. You could show a
Okay.
system financially where the distribution of wealth and resources would be better used and distributed amongst the people on a scale that it would
Well, let's talk about that.
enable.
let's talk about
Yeah.
that. Let's talk about the egalitarian. Let's just talk about the economics. Like, okay, so we
Mhm.
have an old saying: "You don't work, you don't eat." A lot of niggas don't want
Right.
to work. They don't want to work.
Okay.
How
Okay.
would this work? Let's just demonstrate to me how, because we have a system basically you don't work, you don't eat. So how would this work in uh how would this
I
egalitarian
mean, there's right. There's no way around that. That's egalitarian. You don't if you don't work and you're able bodied, you're
mhm.
capable of carrying your own and not just your individual weight, but understanding you're part of the collective that, it's every man and every woman in, then yeah, you don't want to eat. I mean, how does it work in America? If you're not eligible for programs, you know what I'm saying, to take care of you, I mean, that's a natural thing. We're not trying to create a society where black people don't have to do anything. I don't think that that's
I've
realistic.
I'm glad you said that because I've heard from people who claim that black men are cowards, that black man ain't shit, but then turn around and
Mm,
say, I don't want to work a job and they working us this and that. And I'm just like, you work a job so you can pay your bills. You work a job so you can pay your utilities. You work a
right.
job, you work, you eat. You work, you
Mhm.
eat. So I'm trying to think, oh, I should rate bear arms for you. So talking about this person, when I say you, so he
Mhm.
can sit on your ass and be almighty queen of, and just I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah. 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 You'll have I mean, like you said, there's you and I know. We used to always say that in the old show. What's the end game?
Right.
What's your end game? What's your end game? What's your end game? And you can tell you'll be able to tell by their end game. I think the revolutionary understands that they have a responsibility to humanity. You know what I'm saying?
Say it again. Say it again.
We have a responsibility to humanity, to the planet, and to humanity. That's what the revolutionary understands. The revolutionary understands that this system that we're under now is not just exploitive of the people, but it is very consumptuous. It is gobbling up the resources on the earth so rapidly that it is destroying her. So we're fighting. The revolutionary is one that fights to bring back a balance to things that have been put into an unbalance by the greed of men. And I think that that's what we forget that the fight is for. And we embrace, and some of these organizations have embraced reformist politics because right now, radical reformism is leading the way. It is at the forefront. Revolutionary politics,
Right, but Yanga, we
Trump.
we we benefit off some of those that greed too. We benefit off that. The cobalt to provide for this internet, the copper,
Mhm.
the zinc, the silver, the gold.
We
You
don't
know,
benefit from the
silver.
greed. I don't think anybody benefits from the greed. Capitalism is the greed. You don't, when
Hmm.
you scale back on greed, it doesn't scale back on progress.
Okay,
Greed
but
is
you're
over, greed is overconsumption. The greed is instead of an environment of mutual capitalism, at the core of capitalism is competition. So
mhm.
instead of uh, a mentality of coexisting and mutual continuance. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of the earth and humanity, we rush to take all the resources. It's the very reason we'll go to war for somebody else's oil and have an oil reserve over here instead of working on shit to get us off of fossil fuel, period. You know what I'm saying?
Gosh, Yanga, oh goodness, you
Think
went there.
about it.
You went there.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
You went
Let's
there.
talk about it. It's
I
big. It's
mean,
all companies. It's all companies that stop the scientific research that don't.
mhm,
It's where we put our dollars. You know what
right.
I'm saying? Into the things we put our dollars into when we could put them into scientific research to get us off of fossil fuels. It's just what we choose to put our dollars into.
Yeah, but are we willing to go through the drastic change? Like, Biden and Trump debated the fossil fuels,
Mm-hmm.
and Biden had this
Mm-hmm.
great idea, we want to get off fossil fuels and go towards more energy. And I'm thinking to myself, yo, fossil fuels provide more than just cars. Like most black people, it provides, oil sheen for your hair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you wear chapstick. I mean, we got
Mm-hmm.
petroleum in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, and even the cars will still, even if you might manage to, I don't know, make it solar power, you still have to oil the
Yeah.
mechanics of the
Yeah.
moving
Yeah.
parts. You're going to need oil.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
going to, you can't move metal parts without oil. So
Absolutely.
I'm just like, yo, you're going to, and this is Biden, take away the subsidies. Trump looked like he saw a ghost when he said that. He's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
Absolutely he
shoot.
did.
Yeah, because
Absolutely he did.
Trump knew, oh, the gas prices are about to shoot up. And when that debate
Mm-hmm.
happened, I was like, oh, there go the gas prices. And that's why
Mm-hmm.
when the gas prices rose up, I was not surprised. But most people who voted for Biden were surprised. And I'm like, well, didn't they watch the
Well,
debate?
I mean, I wasn't, and Biden knew. I think because Biden knew, they know they see things ahead of. They have information we don't. Biden may have
Mhm.
known the war was coming. I think the whole CD getting one of the problems with Trump now. I don't even think it's he saw gas prices going up. He's a capitalist. His money, he has vested interests in these companies and businesses. Yeah,
Mhm.
we're not going to completely get off petroleum overnight. What we're talking about is cutting our
We're not going to get off
dependency.
petroleum in the next 300 years.
Okay, but we're talking about cutting our dependency. We're talking because the only thing that it does, Black Sun, will increase the potential of war, usurping people for their land and their resources. For what? Man has to
All right, well,
evolve mentally. You
let's
know what
talk
I'm
about
saying?
the
We
war.
should. Yeah,
Let's talk
yeah.
about the
So
war. Okay.
let me say this
So,
real quick. Man, let me say this real quick. So man has to evolve mentally. And what we'll do instead of taking this money and investing it into sciences and programs that will help us to be more uh, um, independent, more, yeah, independent is the word I'm looking for, from certain things, free from overtaxing the earth. Shit, we foolish, but what we'll do is we'll fund arms to go to further kill man and do all of this to take the resources of the earth, take
right.
other people's resources, you know. But go ahead, you want to talk about the war?
Well, we're going to war or went to war because we don't want Putin basically we want to, and I will agree you in a sense, this system that we live in wants to monopolize the petroleum. We have our what I call the oil cartels, the oil mafias, and they don't
Yeah.
want the other mafia, that being China, that being Russia, that being Iran, to have their oil mafia. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
war because they don't want Putin building a pipeline and feeding Europe. They don't want
Mm-hmm.
that competition. So yeah, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we
Right,
want
but
total control over that. So yeah, they want to go to war because they already know that Putin, they got intel that Putin is building a pipeline all the way to go all the way up to Finland and Sweden and feed the rest of Europe. Because right
yeah,
now, Europe, well, at a certain point, Germany, France, Belgium, Finland were all Norway were all dependent on Russian petroleum. And
exactly.
they don't want China, Russia, and Iran to corner that market. So that, yeah, they
So
want
I rest my case.
I
I
mean,
mean, you
well,
made my
and I
case.
never disagree. No, I never
Yeah,
disagree with we. This is why I was,
yeah,
I didn't want to debate you in the league because I'm like, yo, we gonna really be
yeah, yeah,
agreeing on a lot. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I want to debate people who I'm vehemently against. And that's why
Uh
I'm just
huh.
I don't see Yanga versus Black Sun. Been a lot. I'm just like I don't why. Why?
Right,
I
right.
mean, they want a spectacle that bad. I mean, we think alike. So no, I'm agreeing with Yanga.
Uh
I'm just but back to I agree with the war part. I agree with the capitalism part, but the part that I want to tackle is our people and their end game. That is because we know what the white man's all
mm-hmm.
about. The white man's all
Mm-hmm.
about conquer and goddamn take it. And
Yeah,
what
Yeah.
was the Native American joke? Emancipation Proclamation. That's been the white man.
Yeah.
I want to the white man come with Emancipation Proclamation, basically take your land. So yeah, we
Yeah.
get that. We don't have to have a history lesson on the white man being the devil. They got that on lock. So my thing is, what does black people's end game look like? That's why we're here talking about the new Black Panther Party under Malik and people who are attacking Malik.
Mm-hmm.
What does
Mm-hmm.
his end game look like? What does the people attacking plan look like? What do the
Mm-hmm.
Hebrew Israelites plan end game look like? What does the
Mm-hmm.
goddamn Moors end game look like?
Mm-hmm.
I have
Mm-hmm.
not heard an end game from none of these people. And I was asking this question back when we were doing the original arena in Comcast.
Mm-hmm.
Back when before we
Mm-hmm.
even moved to Comcast. So what is the end game? And I'm get on YouTube and hear about how these black women, black men ain't shit, they would never do this and do that, and they would never fight. Fight for what? Fight for what?
Mm-hmm.
So you can sit on your fucking lazy ass? Fight for what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to see this end game of this revolution. There is
Well,
none.
I think that the end game of the revolution, in fact, I know the end game of the revolution
I mean, you
is,
do right. Is to bring about a better
yeah,
system. That's always been the crux of every revolution. But I think we are the first people in history to get on the internet and not discuss an end game. I mean, it's not a crime to discuss a better system. When the Black Panthers talked about the sickle cell anemia, I mean, well, you talked about how they were attacked by grits, but the thing is that people, the reformers talk about a better system every day. So there's nothing that is
well, that's
seditious
because
about it.
I don't think we understand this. The so-called revolutionaries that you're talking about now don't understand a better system. They
They just want
hardly
to fight.
understand.
They just want to
They
fight.
hardly, right, they're angry. They
Yeah, they're
hardly
angry, right?
understand the capitalist system. They don't understand about a socialist system. They don't understand African socialism. We could talk about Nkrumahism. We could talk
Right.
about, all of these things. I mean, we could go into alternative systems, literally from economics to political to social interaction. Nkrumah, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, uh, wonderful man, and a brilliant man, I should say.
Right.
Dr. Kwame Nkrumah addresses everything from political, economic to even social life or social interactions amongst African people. So, I mean, we could present an alternative system. That wouldn't be a problem. I think the issue for the Black African here in America is getting to the point, not even accepting alternative system, getting to the point where we can discuss an alternative system.
Thank
We
you.
lack we lack discipline.
Right.
We lack the discipline to even discuss a national identity. Colonialism has been so thoroughly worked and ingrained into us that even our attacks on one another are more brutal than the damn devil. I mean, I have
Oh,
on
man.
YouTube myself never been attacked so vehemently, so hatefully and
Well, not
hurtfully.
only being attacked,
So
I've been hearing people say black power and say, oh, the black woman will be right no matter what. Like, we really want to live in that system. I hope my
I
situation,
mean,
that is a fucking deadly goddamn theory right there. That is a
right.
ridiculous
But
theory.
when you have abracadabra freedom fighters, abracadabra scholars in any
Mhm.
field, and this is just not the liberation movement, this is probably any field, it's hard to silence that foolishness because that field is saturated. When uh, you know, revolutionary theory and philosophy was just always in the air when I was coming up. But
Okay.
when I, as an adult, made the conscious decision to embrace revolutionary philosophy and revolutionary ideology and the methodology, the method in which I would live my life, and I'm still growing. As you get older, you start to learn. We make those mistakes along the way when we're
But
younger.
Yanka, I
It,
hear
it was Go ahead.
I
What was
hear
that?
what you're saying. I mean, you just talked about Kwame Nkrumah. I mentioned Malcolm X earlier. I mentioned Dr. Khalid Muhammad. These are like far in between people that really understand bringing about a better system. So you're constantly talking education, but then when we go to these panels and these discussions, people they miss the mark, man. Especially these religious motherfuckers. They be, I'm
Uh,
like, damn, what the
it's
fuck?
it
Like,
it's sensationalism, man. We're living in the age of Jerry Springer. I tell you, the more outrageous. I'm telling you, the more outrageous, outlandish you can sound, the more
right,
outrageous rhetoric you can espouse, the more people are interested. It's something
nigga shit.
new. It's
Right.
something to take our mind off of the real work that we have to do, the real struggles and challenges that we're faced with in
Hmm.
our day-to-day existence. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And so, like you said, we'll always only, not always only, we will be one of those channels that start off slow, and this is because there's a particular type of viewership. There's a particular type of black people that this is one of their interests. This is, they just don't want to be entertained. They want to be stimulated. They want to hear real social commentary,
Right.
and quite possibly want to be involved in that. So
Right.
yeah, so it's the same with the black movement. We look at the new Black Panther Party, and no disrespect to Dr. Shabazz, but we look at their maneuvers, and they are all just very sensational. They're very, when they make these moves, very
But yeah,
advertised. And
can I make the same argument for Dr. Shabazz and say maybe he is one of the greats, but his love for black people, he's taken in these black people that are not qualified. So I wouldn't blame him per se. I was just, maybe the people are not disciplined.
it's
Maybe
it's track record. One of the things about being in
okay,
it 20 years is you develop a record.
okay,
So it's been his record has come up under scrutiny. Some of his responses have I know personally I wouldn't have made them, but his responses have come under scrutiny, you know. So it's the choices that he has made. One of the reasons that I'm like, besides just getting phone calls and people talking to me about it, and who knows, I may reach out. A lot of people appearing on these YouTube channels I talk to, and they still seek counsel, and we still rap and stuff.
right,
Uh, However, what has happened to make me, not only that has made me come out, but what has made me have to come out and feel the need to say something is now, like you said, we have to look at people's agenda. Not only are these people coming after the new Black Panther Party, these various organizations, they're questioning the validity of the Black Power movement.
right, right,
So if we don't check our own stuff, you know what I'm saying? If we don't look out for our own and check our own stuff, then we are uh, doing exactly what we just did and inviting people into our movement, so to speak, and offer their critiques and criticisms because the movement hasn't produced enough checks and balance to stop these people from
right,
running renegade.
right.
At the end of the day, we holler this black power shit, but we're not producing. I can see where they would say, "Oh, the black man is cowardly." This and that. I see why they say that. But what begins to have to happen
Cowardly to what though?
is,
Cowardly to what? Cowardly to what? I'm sorry. What are
well,
we
I,
cowardly
I,
to?
I think sometimes you can get frustrated
Oh, because we
and
don't want
feel
to get
like,
involved in nigga shit.
yeah, well, we can get frustrated and feel like, where are the black men at? Sometimes when I'm riding through the hood, when I'm building with the brothers and stuff like that,
Hmm.
especially like, just walking through the hood in Cleveland or going through the hood, and you see certain behavior, you see the condition of the hood. You
Right,
see not just behavior out of the young men, but the behavior out of the young women.
right,
You begin to question, where are the men, not the males? not the swinging dingalings, but where are the men? Where are the brothers with principle and substance and standards? That took honor in shit in the hood where they was. That's when it was a neighborhood before it was just a hood or the ghetto or the
Right.
trap and all that. When you took shit, when you claimed your street,
Mm.
you
I
know.
mean, oof. Well, you got first of all, you got different black people that have different type of standards. Like
Yeah,
I've had
yeah.
people look at me strange because in the neighborhood I live in, a lot of the elderly black people, retired black people, we like peace and quiet. And there's like a younger generation that are, renting out homes and doing the Airbnb and
Hmm.
playing the music loud all hours of the fucking night. And then when you ask them to turn the music down, they look at you crazy. So black people, niggerism. I mean, it's like,
Well, we can't be out organized. That's when you organize. That's the opportunity. One of the things, here's the tough part with us, and it's rough,
mhm.
but we have to do it. We have to be involved. How many of us who live in homes like you've been, you and I kicking, so you've been to the crib
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Atlanta.
yeah.
You know what I'm
And I
saying?
want to say, I'm
I,
glad you said that because when I came to Yanga's crib and when you told me what area you lived in, I'm like, oh shit, man, to come down
'Cause I
there.
live in the right. I live in the heart of the city.
And guess what I heard? And I heard, I'm like, oh my gosh, squirrels eating,
Yeah, yeah,
birds
yeah,
chirping. You
yeah.
don't hear nigga shit. Like,
Nah,
what
I
the
live in the
fuck?
heart of the
That's
city.
what I was expecting. Yeah, but I was expecting you in
Yeah,
our city. I was expecting going to Yanga's house, and I'm hearing boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Nigga shit. I
yeah,
didn't expect to
nah,
hear squirrels.
yeah,
I'm like, oh my gosh, Yanga,
yeah,
that's beautiful. I hear squirrels.
yeah.
I hear birds chirping.
Give thanks, man. Give thanks,
I'm like,
man. Give thanks.
man,
It's
it's
chill, but
quiet,
like,
right?
yeah,
But
it's
that's
it's
that's
it's
the
it's,
effect.
it's
Let's keep it real, Yanga. That's the effect of regenification. Let's keep it 100, brother.
I would I'm not gonna say completely. Yes, it pushes it up. It's the effects of it because it forced black people to tighten their game up. Like my neighborhood, yeah, we had some few white people move in,
Okay.
you know. But one of the reasons the neighborhood is like that is
And I'm
because,
gonna keep
like
it
I
real.
was
A lot of them white people move out because they don't want to hear all that
right,
boom,
but
boom,
one of
boom,
the but I'm gonna tell you
boom.
one of the ways our neighborhood has gotten like that, that neighborhood has gotten like that is like I'm 50 years old,
Right,
so the OGs have grown up.
right,
Those those people have been in those houses for years. So grandmama has died, has left. The OGs in them knows how, so they've been on that block forever.
right,
So there's a connect, so they talk to the young like, yo, man. So they don't want to hear it,
right,
and then so and there's a rapport. Also, one of the things that I'm involved with, like you said, there's a white woman to the left,
hmm,
another dude to the right. You
right,
know, I know everybody 3 or 4 houses down. The kids know me. You know what I'm
right,
saying? There's a basketball goal out there, so you could, you know what I'm saying, that the kid. So even when my boys are not there, the neighborhood boys can shoot. It's so real.
right,
We leave the basketballs in the yard. They shoot
right,
ball, this and that, and put the basketballs back in the yard. You feel what I'm saying? They don't walk off with the basketballs. So
right,
I said all that to say that when we get involved with our communities, when we begin to be hands on with our communities, we can organize our community. One of the things that we have in that particular community too is the community came together. We have a community, a neighborhood association.
right,
You know,
right. Which I'm
that's
the cap. I'm the cap. I'm one of the block captains of mine.
so that's an issue. Then you know how that rocks. And that's an issue. You can
Dude,
bring noise and what time and certain times of the noise. and encourage everyone in the neighborhood to participate.
Well, it's
You know
funny you
what I'm
say that
saying?
because every time I call the police, because that's what us block captains do when people play their music loud, the police is like,
Mm.
they told me the other day, you might want to just go ahead and sue them. I said, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to do that because
But
they're
you're in
tired
the,
of coming back out.
well, I mean, have you? I'm sure you probably spoken to them. Like I said, man,
Several times, several times. I've spoken
yeah.
to them. The police have spoken to them. Like they don't get it,
Hmm. Hmm.
and so
It's
the
tough.
police said, you might just have to sue their ass. Just start recording
Mm.
them, and then I got equipment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, you know what?
So
Okay,
yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. But those are, like you said, those are the things we uh encounter in nation building. But they're real issues, and we're gonna have to deal with them. These are our people. We have to. I don't want to say what we have to do. What's encouraged is, like I said, political education. Um, I don't know if these people are homeowners or they're renters. A lot of times that goes into the
right,
mentality of a thing,
right,
So there's just a lot playing. There's just a lot playing into it. But this is a part of revolutionary work. You know what I'm saying? That's what we
mhm,
talk about political education when we talk about self determination and independence. We find out, like I said, if they're homeowners, how you can become a homeowner, certain revolutionary disciplines,
right.
just all of these things that we can share with the people, man. But shit, it's work like hell.
Right, right. Um, man, I'm gonna reschedule a debate I had with Zanzi. I definitely want you there, Yanga, because some
Okay.
of this is what we're talking about. Yeah, Zanzi, me and him were talking about how the uh, the Supreme Court. I was saying it's a strategy to push people out, and I don't know if you remember. Were you here during the Olympics when they bought homeless people tickets and said,
Tickets to wherever. Yeah.
wherever,
Yeah.
just leave the
Yeah.
fuck up out of
Just
here.
leave good. Yeah.
Right, right. I believe this is
Yeah.
it. The Roe versus Wade is it on a higher level. They're not going to
Mm.
outlaw abortion, but I'm gonna save that for Sunday when me and Zanzi have our discussion.
Hmm.
But it's not. It's not. It's not. So much the Roe versus Wade. They're not going to illegalize it. It's just that what? Go to that blue state. You know, I remember
Hmm.
I went to a court for a traffic ticket, and I remember this lady. She had a Colorado plates, and she decided to park backwards or something. And then
Mm.
the judge made a reply like, "Oh yeah, you from that state that legalized marijuana." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Wow, these crackers let you know, yo, get your ass back to that blue." And this is a white woman you're talking to. And
Hmm.
we
Hmm.
don't tolerate that liberalism here. We got
Hmm.
this thing here in Georgia. You know what I mean? There, boy.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, me personally,
Okay.
because I'm a separatist.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm a black nationalist separatist. So I believe in separation right here in the
Okay.
states. I personally wouldn't be mad at an exodus of black people back down south, back to certain places in the south. I wouldn't be mad at it
Okay,
if
but
that.
Yanga, I got to stop you right there. I got to stop you right there, Yanga. You still got a dichotomy of different black people. You got conservative, Trump supporting, working hard black people that don't want
Hmm.
to be associated with the niggas that don't want to work. You know what I'm saying? So there's even a divide
Hmm.
there. So
That's
I got
fine. Then
what
they
you're
could. They would be able to stay
saying. Okay.
where they would want to stay. But if
Okay.
it's along the lines of race and pushing us out of red states into blue states, I wouldn't mind.
Well,
Uh,
it's not even so much about race, it's class. It's class.
yeah,
We don't listen
yeah,
here, bro. We don't mind the hard working niggers. Okay, we'll keep y'all.
hmm,
It's just the ones that goddamn we don't want to pay for no more abortions and we don't want to pay for no more food stamps. You dig what I'm saying there?
hmm,
We don't want to
hmm,
pay for it no more. So that's basically the debate right there. They don't want to pay for it. They don't want to state fund any more abortions. Like, you can get an abortion, go to the blue state, and they will take care of it. We're tired of
Mhm.
paying for it. That's my argument.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
That's my argument with Xander.
Uh, yeah, I mean that's usually the Republicans' argument about every program, though.
Right.
They
So,
don't want to. They don't want to pay for it. But I think that it
right.
comes into question. It comes into question responsibility of state to the human being at that point.
Right. And that's
The
why,
Republicans. Go ahead.
no. But I don't understand what the big hoopla is if the federal government give power back to the states. So
Hmm.
it's up to you to decide really what do you stand on? Do you stand on blue state principles or you do stand on red state principles?
Yeah,
It's going to come
but
down
that's
to
what
it.
they're saying. Certain things you want to take out of the hands of the state. That being one of them. Yeah, certain. And I could see that. I can see how you would want certain things. Especially if you're a minority in that state. If you're whole, and we're talking about the current system we live in,
Okay, so
right?
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So
Mhm.
so do the states fund some of these abortions out of taxpayers' dollars?
They may. I haven't done the research, so I'd be speaking out of ignorance. But they probably do. I don't know.
Okay, because that's it. I think that's always been the Republicans' biggest gripe. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want to pay for it out of
Okay.
our tax dollars. That's always been the argument. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I
Like,
mean, there's certain, and okay, that's fine. What you want. Then there's certain things that the state should be beholden to, and I personally believe, and I don't know
right,
about
and so
all these.
go to the blue states. So
Yeah,
if
but nobody should have to be. So I have to. So this woman has to leave where she has to up and move because she wants to have an abortion.
what I'm saying, Yanga, is the people who are working in that certain state, they don't believe in abortion. So it's just like if I lived, I would never move to Saudi Arabia or Iran because I don't believe in Islam, correct? So I don't feel like I should be have to tax as an atheist to pay for the Islamic belief. So let's reverse that. So should an evangelical
That's
Christian
a whole.
pay for an
Yeah,
abortion?
well, now that's a
It's the same
country.
thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah, that's oh no, it is. That's a country and a state. I mean, you're
Oh,
going in a
okay.
whole country just like
But it's still a
so.
government
Should the
trying to
Muslims over here, when they invaded Saudi Arabia, not have to pay taxes, or invaded Iraq or Iran, not have to pay taxes? Should I say what?
I mean, well, what I'm trying to say, Yang, I think if you are an evangelical Christian, okay, you're Muslim, right? Should you and people who believe like you do be taxed for something that you don't agree with? That's the argument. Because
I I
if
I have to pay taxes though. When
no,
they
yeah, well, you
invade
have to pay
Islamic
taxes.
lands, when they invade Islamic lands, I have to pay taxes or Muslims would have to pay taxes as so-called. We're talking their system here,
Right,
as
absolutely right.
pay taxes as recipients of the rights of America, as citizens of America. So you pay for those rights. Taxes is one of the paying for those rights to ensure that the state keeps on running. What the revolutionary fights is an unjust state. We're saying that black people are saying that we're being taxed. We're doing everything that our white counterparts are doing, and we're still systematically being targeted. This that right there is a travesty. Now the state is saying that we're gonna. I mean, or the government is saying we're gonna back out of this. You don't have any protection from the state
From the feds.
for this day.
Right.
Yeah, the government.
But
The government.
again,
Yeah, from the Fed. Yeah, I thought this. Okay,
okay,
I'm sorry.
so
Big state. Big state. The government, yeah.
But Yanga, we're okay. So this Biden cartoon character has fucked up our economy. So when they fuck up the economy, they start cutting back on things. They're start cutting back on
Yes,
food stamps, abortions.
yes, yes.
They're marking shit off the list. So this is just a form of, yo, we can't afford to pay this. We don't want to pay it. So this is what it is. Like this is a forewarning. Like this is going to be the new red state. These are going to, I
Well,
don't, like
I
I never
think that
understood why people come from blue states to go to red states. Like stay in the goddamn blue state. Like why you got
no, I
people?
think especially don't black people can't afford to subscribe to one political party. We have a hodgepodge of beliefs. We believe as
Right, right.
Democrats
But
and we
most
believe as
black
Republicans.
people don't believe in abortions. Majority
Uh,
of black people don't believe in abortions.
yeah,
Don't believe.
right. But
Most,
absolutely
most
most black people
black
that you would survey, they will say the same as personally, I don't. However,
So
we
then who fight are
understand
we fighting?
oppression.
Who fight? So how do we get tricked to
What
fighting
what
somebody else? Mark X talked about this,
it
Yanga. Come on, man. How do we
it's
get
not
tricked to
it's
fighting
not
this?
it's not about tricking to get to fight somebody else's fight. We understand oppression. We understand one of the sayings of, to quote a great civil rights leader, Dr. King, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. We understand the larger ramifications behind these type of
Yanga, come
decisions.
on, man. Yanga, I ain't gonna let you get away with that.
That's exactly what it
They are
is, man.
not
That's
concerned
how do
about
you
black
not
people.
see how do you not how do you not see how do you not see the larger ramification, like you yourself said, that they have to cut the budget. It's not about them cutting budgets. It's not about them saving. It's about what programs they decide to cut and
Right,
whom those programs affect. And
right, right,
9 times out of 10, we will be the ones most affected by the programs that they cut.
right. And I agree with the food stamp thing. But what I'm saying, Yanga, is that most black people are not down with no abortions. Let's just keep it 100. They
Okay.
don't want white women getting abortions. They don't want the
Okay.
white birth rate to go down. They can give two fucks if a nigga go down there and get an abortion. Okay,
Hmm.
go ahead, go
Hmm.
nigga. Go goddamn
Hmm.
exterminate your race. We don't care.
Hmm.
They don't want the
Hmm.
white women running down there doing that shit. Let's just keep it real. It's not, abortion shit is
Okay.
not about, that's not our fight. That's not our fight. But somehow we
It,
have taken on the liberal fight some kind
the
of way.
abortion issue, because we are a liberal people to a degree. It isn't the fight of
No,
abortion. We're not. Yes,
man,
we
we're
are, brother. We're not fighting abortion. We're not fighting whether to have an abortion or not to have an abortion. We're fighting for the right to choose. We're saying that
but
people have a right, but contradicts
that
everything.
right to
So
choose
we
should be on
understand,
nobody
we
else's
understand,
technology.
we understand you can't have it both ways. You can't be free in the area you want to be free in and then deny people the right to choices in other areas. It's
No,
hypocrisy at its finest.
no, I wouldn't say it's hypocrisy.
It is, brother. It's hypocrisy at its finest.
If you have the funds to get it, then you can do it. What they're saying is that
You have
not on our dime. Not why we gotta pay for it. Why do we have to pay
because
for
we have a responsibility to humanity. That's what we're saying about
it?
the
But half of
capitalists,
humanity don't
the
agree with it.
capitalists or the Republicans, that they don't feel they have a responsibility to humanity. Largely, they are into consumption. They can gobble, 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 gobble at the expense of everyone that is under them, even to the detriment of people's health. You understand what I'm telling you? And we're saying that the government, when I say state, I'm talking about big government. There are certain things that
But
should
this
be
goes back to the basic, right.
inalienable rights on the human being, and the right to decide, the right to their person should be one of them. The
But
right to
Yanga,
their
so
body should be one of them.
where do we draw the line? If you don't work, you don't eat. When do we apply that? Now I understand the humanity part. I get that, but
It's
when do we
applied
start?
now. You don't see it applied now? It's applied now. In this system applies it. This system
Right,
applies it better than any system in the world, because this system, not only if you don't work, you don't eat, we'll penalize you from trying to eat any other way. We will
right.
undereducate you.
Mm-hmm,
We will underdevelop you,
mm-hmm.
and then put you in a job where there's a million of you competing in a market where there's few positions, or the positions that are available are the positions held by teenage boys and girls for summer jobs, and you're a whole grown man or woman trying to maintain a family on
Right.
Burger King money. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? So that exists now. If you don't work, you don't eat.
right. But what I'm saying is that, in order for socialism to work, there has to be a working class to provide that
Absolutely,
economy for.
absolutely.
So, yeah, because total socialism doesn't work. Now, I don't know about in Kwame, you talk about in Kwameism,
Mhm.
but all the other systems, the isms, didn't work, did not work and failed because you had more people, less people working, more people depending on the system, and that drains the system. And so we are at a point with this
You
fucking.
learn you learn from it. You learn from it. I don't know if I don't want to get too deep in the system, but you learn from it. One of the failures of socialism, especially in Russia, evolving to communism, was they created a bureaucracy. They created a
Right.
bureaucrat
So now they have a mixed
bureaucrat
economy.
class.
Right. They have a
Uh,
mixed economy. They have
yeah,
a mixed economy based off the sole purpose. If you don't work, you don't eat. Now they practice a dibble dabbles forms of capitalism.
right.
Iran, China.
When you create, absolutely, when you create that bureaucracy, that's the third class many people don't know about. When you had a bourgeoisie, then you had a bureaucratic class. When you created a bureaucracy, you're creating a class that is not the working class as far as producing the labor, but still gets its livelihood from
Mhm.
the working class. It's like the bourgeois, it's like the owners, so they write themselves in it. And what ends up happening is you begin to write in corruption. Now I don't, as far as capitalism is concerned, the way capitalism is practiced over here in America is not advantageous for Black people. It's just the bottom line. The way capitalism is practiced in America is not
So Yanga,
advantageous to Black people.
why do we have people from Jamaica, Nigeria, Haiti, Sierra Leone always coming over here? We got more people coming over here than we got people going over there. Even people that go to Ghana, you got more people over coming to America.
Absolutely.
Which you say is more,
Capitalism is more appealing. Capitalism is more appealing than any system.
absolutely.
Yeah, capitalism is far more.
It
Capitalism's
is,
appeal is materialism.
right.
Capitalism is the
And,
greatest
and,
export
and
of
with that, and who are the biggest consumers of capitalism? Who are the biggest consumers? Let's just keep it 100. Yanga.
the biggest participators in capitalism, consumer capitalism. Black people. Black people. That's what I'm
So
telling you.
now,
So
you're talking about a
America,
system. You're talking about going against a system that black people love. Black
black
people love
people
capitalism.
love black people. Black people don't love capitalism. Black people love materialism. Black people are consumer.
They go hand
Black
in
people are
hand. Right,
material. No,
right.
they go hand in hand, but we have to make a distinction between what it is you
There
love
cannot be capitalism
and
without
what it is.
capitalism.
It's you have to make a distinction what it is you love.
I agree.
You love you love materials.
Hmm.
Capitalism is what has you doing the weird shit you do for the materials. That's what capitalism is. Capitalism is what has you doing the morbid things to obtain these materials: lying, stealing, cheating, exploiting people, trying to get over. That's so it's the love of the so you don't love the system. Most people don't love what they have to do to obtain the material. They believe that the ends justify the means. It's when they obtain that material that assuages their conscience or somehow absolves them from some type of guilt that they do gotten to obtain this object. I said that to say this though. When it's hard to combat some of the greatest export of America is her image, is capitalism. Hell yeah, they
Right.
come over here to capitalize, to get the materialism.
Well, not
And
only
why
that,
wouldn't they?
we use.
America, America. Let me finish this real quick.
Oh, okay, okay,
America.
okay.
I mean, they have insured. America has insured that if you come over and you participate in capitalism, you have a consumer base. Like you said, we're consumer
Right.
capitalists. Why wouldn't they come
Absolutely.
over here? You have niggas that will buy, gobble, 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 consume, consume, consume.
Right.
Exactly. They are Pac-Man it. Yeah.
Right,
So
Pac-Man.
shit. And when you're dealing with a people who were literally branded to give them a sense of identity. You know, the slave master literally branded us to give us a sense of identity. Now we rush out, work ourselves to death to wear name brand. We dying to brand
Right.
our goddamn self
Right.
for a
Right.
sense of identity. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? We're not identity. We don't have that sense of self-worth if we're not branded. Got that
Right.
name brand, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
I
And
mean, you have
we'll
already
make fun and torture the kids. They ain't got it. Coming from black people.
absolutely, absolutely. This
Psych.
is a psychosis. This is beat into the psyche of black people to ensure a consumer base, to ensure that class. To we are the fuel of capitalism.
Right.
We're the fuel of America. They don't ever want us to break that rut of measuring our worth against our material possessions.
But see that there
They
there
never
we go.
want us
See,
to
we
break
got to
that
go
rut.
back to the very core again. You don't work, you don't eat. That's number one. And then where is the better system, Yanga? Because in order to have this socialist system work, we have to have a mix in of capitalism because we have to have people working and rowing the wheel. Somebody has to row the wheel, Yanga.
Work is not capitalism and work are not synonymous.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Work
Well,
capitalism
well,
and work is not
but we
synonymous.
work, but we
Capital
work to push a product though. We work to push, like you talk about these entrepreneurs.
absolutely.
They're
What
always pushing a product, and black people are the main
and
ones.
that's what
Yeah,
capitalism
we
is.
live in Atlanta, right?
That's what capitalism is. You're not getting the fruits of your labor. Capitalism, I think we're forgetting the essential um, understanding of capitalism, which is fair trade based on economic competition. It's based on
So then,
competition.
based on your
You
argument,
understand?
are you arguing a reformist standpoint? Because it sounds like you're arguing reformism. Like, okay, we just need we need more money. I don't know, a person. I mean, if we had like maybe a Doug or a Domo or somebody
No,
argue, make that same argument and say, well, we just need more. We need more. Like we need bread, man. You know, 10 pan,
no,
pan,
no, no, no. I'm not because we're still talking capitalism is still private ownership. You're still getting the
yeah.
people who are working the factories are not getting the fruits of their labor. I'm a collectivist. Social, part of my economic philosophy is socialism. I believe that the workers should own part of that factory. That the workers should have a stake in the product. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? You see what I'm saying? Capitalism is private ownership. I get in this owner. Let's say we make a shoe for
mhm.
$150 and I get $20 and the owner gets 100.
So you're saying it's like you're taking me back to the Bolshevik Revolution when they overthrew the czars. So you're saying that the labor and the capital that we gain is not adding up.
It
So
isn't. It is,
okay,
you have
okay,
people telling you. You have people telling you how much. First of all, how much your time a day is worth.
right, right.
How
But
much you know
okay, but let's look at Russia. How did Russia end up? You know, we talked about the czars, the Bolsheviks. We
corruption,
talked about
corruption,
corruption.
corruption. Look at the bureaucracy. When you look at the Russians when they started making that transition, and you
And I'm
start
not here
looking
to
at
pick
the
on
corruption,
just
was
the
no
Russians. We could pick on the goddamn Saudis. We could pick on the Iranians. We could pick on the Qatarians. We could pick on them too. Some of your Islamic brothers. We could pick on them too, Ganga.
I tell you who you could look at. Can you hear me? You
Yeah, I
breaking up.
agree with you. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, okay, damn.
Okay, a
Oh,
little bit.
oh, I
You look at. Let's call in the question. Let's call Cuba into it. Look
okay,
how Cuba has survived despite sanctions placed against her.
right.
You see
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
some people in Cuba be like, we tired of these Bel Airs, these 1959 Bel Airs.
Absolutely.
We want
Absolutely.
Mercedes. We want
Yeah,
this.
they want that. Absolutely, because that's what the devil does. The devil, we tired of these dusty and not understanding they've gotten into their individualism. They
Right,
want those materials, but not understanding at what cost.
right,
They need to go back to when Batista used to run the island and rented it out to gangsters, and they were whored out and casinoed out, and the exploitation of the people.
right,
You know what I'm saying? At what cost for your Cadillac, or for your not having that Bel Air? At what cost? And that's what we do. America promotes and pushes individualism.
right,
And
right,
as long as we're judging from an individual perspective, me, we will never fully weigh the cost of millions of Black Africans out there put into a cycle to be food for a capitalist system.
right.
In,
Mm,
intentional inferior schools, intentional poor STEM programs in it, science, technology, math, and all that goes with that, man. This shit is intentional to keep us regulated to a certain class. And then they slapping records on brothers and sisters.
right, right.
That further keeps you regulated to a certain class. So we're saying the whole system stinks. The whole system is set up. You could have the same, and that's what we're saying.
And Yanga, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because you really make me look at Kwame Nkrumah, Kwame Ture, Malcolm X, all these people. What happens when you pass away, brother? Because you got all this knowledge, nobody sucking it up. And then we got to start over again with another Yanga, another Malcolm X, another Kwame Nkrumah. You see the cycle. You see how it's just damn. Like we don't have like by the time we educate another young Yanga, another 100 years has passes by, brother. Like
Mm.
you're saying we gotta educate
Well,
these people, but they people, man, they're consumed in capitalism. I'm just gonna keep it 100.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I mean, absolutely. I think that we will evolve. We haven't the struggle, the forces
Well, when though?
haven't
When?
lined up yet.
Another 100 years?
When it might be another 1,000. You
Right.
know, it might be either way. We either evolve or we become truly a lost people. We become truly a lost people. We're not lost yet. There's some of us
Well, I wouldn't
fighting and
even say
holding
that we're
on.
lost people, but we don't see a better way, Yanga. Now, and
I
that's why
think that we
I'm
do.
asking.
I think that we do. I think that we do. I think that we do. I know there are
I think
some
you
of us
have
out there
faith.
that see a
I think
better
you
way.
have faith. You
Huh?
have faith. You have faith, and you
No, I know some
believe.
of where there. I get with people that are fighting. There are plenty of people fighting the good fight. We're still fighting the fight. However, we have opposition. Like any freedom fighter, any people fighting for their freedom, they're going to have opposition. And that's what we're facing at this particular time, from without and from external and internal, you
Right.
know. Um, and that's what this isn't a new fight. We've been fighting outright niggas and house niggerism and reforming. We've been fighting that since shackles was slapped on us. There's been people telling us, "Hey, man, just conform, quit pulling the chain. You're pulling my ankle with it." So we've always had to fight the fight of finding it within ourselves to continue and say, "Hey, this isn't liberation. This is an illusion of liberation. We are not truly free to defy our destiny." And one of these reasons is because we're denied the not just the equipment, the tools, but we are intentionally hindered and obstructed from evolving freely.
Well, Yanga, man, we have done
Yeah.
hour 14. Hey, man, this is a fire show, brother. Um, what we got lined up for next week, man? Or what we
I
doing,
don't
man?
know.
We on fire,
I
baby.
don't know, man. I guess come back. We'll come back tomorrow, man, and throw something out there, man. Throw something to discuss.
Okay,
You
okay.
know.
Hey, are you busy on Sunday? Because I want you here for Zanzi, man. Because hey, Zanzi's a heavy hitter.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You know,
Okay.
he's a heavy hitter. You know, and I believe the brother, man, he be going light on me. The brother, he can really,
Okay.
yeah, he can really cook. So
Okay. Pardon the body.
really want you there
Yeah.
for it. That's gonna be Sunday. I'm gonna put it in the schedule Sunday at 2. So please don't make any plans for Sunday because me and Yan, like I said, I got thrown off in the last debate, but yeah, me and Zanzi, we gonna get it in, man. We gonna get it in.
Okay.
So
That
so so
sounds good, man. Definitely.
okay. Now tomorrow, can we do an earlier show? Because this 7 o'clock is kind of late
Yeah.
for me.
Okay.
I was
Let's do it early.
sick.
We'll do one. Let's do about yeah.
I'm thinking 6, man, because this 7 is like, damn. I was like, damn, I want to do it now, and I was just like, damn, this 7 is kind of. I
Okay.
don't. I'm gonna do it.
Let's work. We'll chop it up, man. Give me a call.
Okay,
We'll chop it up.
okay, for sure, man. Hey, y'all, man, I want to thank everybody, man. We got a
Appreciate you guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. Twin Deans of Defense. We got a new person, 999. I think I know who that is, but I'm not gonna talk about who that is. I think I know who that is. Uh Somebody hiding their identity. Don't want to get struck by the evil dictator Stalin. Okay, so then we got Free Spirit change your name to Planet Free Spirits. So man, shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Yanga, this was a fire show.
Hey man, I appreciate
Yay,
I
man.
appreciate it, man. Definitely, man. You know, we'll get up tomorrow, man. We'll have a good discussion tomorrow.
Okay,
Bring
cool.
something crazy up, zany. Do our talk, man. We appreciate everybody checking in.
Right,
You know.
right.
And with that, my man, definitely. All right, bro, give me a call. We'll get that timing up, man.
Okay, yeah, like I said, I want to get maybe 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, there because yeah, we
Okay.
could. Yeah. I like just get yeah. I think me waiting and anticipating. I was just like, damn, it was like killing me. I was like, damn, I got one more.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get a double header in. Maybe we'll do two of them.
Okay. Well,
You know.
yeah, like I said, definitely. And then I was thinking maybe we could do something Saturday. Like I said, man, I'm gonna call you, man, because it's all about your schedule, bro. Because I'm at the house.
Okay,
So
bro. All right. Well, man. Just give me a call.
okay, I will.
All
All
right.
right, man. That's
Talking to
Yang,
me.
y'all. Peace.
All right, man. Peace, man.
All right. See y'all later, y'all. Thank y'all for coming out, man. Twin Pyramid, Deacons of the Reality, 999. Appreciate you joining us. Appreciate that, 999. Thank you for attending the show. Free Spirit. Hey y'all, we out. We went way over the hour mark, so I see y'all later. We out. Peace.